Okay, so are we ready to get started on how to present the product and opportunity? That is tonight's training. Now, presenting the product and opportunity can be split into two sections. Number one, presenting the product, and number two, presenting the opportunity. And we're going to focus on presenting the product tonight, okay? Because we're doing baby steps, and it's very important that you take this on board. And what is even more important is, as a business builder, you are equipped to be able to present the product. Now, I've never met a successful distributor that isn't able to effectively present the product or the opportunity. Your business relies on you. If you're new, you rely on your sponsor, but that has a shelf life. If you want to expand your business, you have to be equipped. You can sit down with somebody and in 10, 15 minutes, show them your product or show them your opportunity. And so it's a very specific skill to learn. And to present the product, there's two aspects to it. How to tell your product story. And that is the most important one ever. How do you tell your product story? And number two, how to present TreeNN. Okay, and we're going to show you those two things tonight, starting with your product story. Now, why is your product story so important? Your product story is probably your greatest asset is your greatest asset. Your product and business story is your greatest asset to building the business. People don't want to know all the ingredients that are in your products. People aren't that interested about all the science that are in your products. People aren't that interested in the compensation plan and the percentages. People want to know, what did your product or your business do for you, and what can it do for me? That's all they want to know. Your story is a door opener to your prospect. And your story can be used in the invite, it can be used in the presentation, it can be used in the follow-up. So getting to know a good story is critical to your success. And a good product story is built around 3 points. Number one, your struggle. Number two, your solution. And number three, your success. That's all. A story consists of these 3 points: your struggle, your solution, your success. And let's chip into that just a little bit. So your struggle, what was your pain point? What didn't you like about your health? What didn't you like about your energy or your lifestyle or your body that led you to take a look at Neolife or Neolife's products? What was your struggle or your pain point? And just to talk about the struggle, this is a good time to be vulnerable in your story. People will identify with you when you are vulnerable and you talk about the things that you didn't like about your health, your energy, your lifestyle, your body. Number two, your solution. What you saw and what you did. What was it about your product that caught your attention, that got you excited, and what action did you take? Okay, your solution. And number three, your success. What happened? How did your health or your lifestyle or your life change and improve? And why are you excited about the future? Okay, those are the three fundamentals to forming your product story: your struggle, your solution, and your success. And just before I give you some examples, here's a pro tip. Short and sweet. Your product story is no longer than 1.5 minutes. That's 90 seconds. Number two, build your story around the 3 points and leave out all the other unnecessary information. All the other unnecessary information that takes away from these 3 points, leave it out your story. It doesn't add value to your story. Number three, you don't need to have achieved your health goal before creating your product story. Okay, you don't need to have achieved your health goal before starting your product story. And that's a mistake we see people make. They say, okay, well, I'm going to use the product, and until I have achieved my goal, only then will I start my product story. Too late. You're missing a big trick here. The journey to your destination can be just as exciting and compelling. So let's give you some examples of a good product story. And I've broken it down into the 3 sections, just so it's nice and clear. Example 1, I was struggling with extremely low energy levels. I was tired in the morning. I was tired at work. I didn't even have energy to socialize or talk to my family in the evenings. It felt like I had tried everything until a friend introduced me to TreeNN. Initially, I was skeptical, I didn't think it would work, but after just 1 week, I felt like a new person. I wake up with energy that lasts all day. My mood is better. I get a great night's sleep. Plus, I get to spend quality time with my kids in the evening. Okay, that is a very, very simple story around TreeNN. I don't know if you agree, but that is a very simple story around TreeNN. Let's look at the second example. I've struggled with my weight for years, and every fitness program I started failed because I had no energy and my joints were always sore. I started taking TreeNN, and in the last 10 days, I've done more exercise than I've done in the last 10 years. My energy levels are off the chart. And what's more, my joints are no longer sore, and it feels like I've given my body the detox it needed. My health and fitness journey is just beginning, but I'm so excited because I'm going to Cape Town in December, and I'm determined to look great on the beach. Simple story. So now, why are we talking TreeNN stories? Because we're just getting laser focused. We talked about last week. We have all these different products, and so often say to a new distributor, tell me your product story. And they don't know where to begin. They haven't formulated a product story. We all need to be using TreeNN, and that is a great place to formulate your product story. As you grow into the business, you're going to, like the experienced distributors on the story, they could give you a story around the home care. They could give you the story around omega-3, around carotenoid, around the kids' nutrition. That's fine. You will grow into those stories. But right now, your job is to do 100 points by selling 6 TreeNN. To do that, you need to have your TreeNN product story. And so you can see what I did in this second example is this is somebody who created a story, but they haven't achieved the beach body that they're working towards, but they're excited because they have started their journey. And that's what I refer to when I say don't wait to achieve your goals before you do your story. So as a business builder, as an entrepreneur, you are going to have to get creative. You're going to have to take TreeNN, and you are going to have to see and go about your daily life and figure out what is TreeNN doing for you and formulate your story. And that is one of your goals and your tasks for this week. And I know for many of you on this call, you already have a TreeNN story. And so now what you need to do is go and craft it and formulate it so it happens within 1.5 minutes around these 3 points. Okay, are we all clear? Are there any questions around the story aspect? Pops, I see you online. If there's anything you want to add, please feel free to add. But are we all good?
All good, Drew. No, that's very, very clear. And, it's self-explanatory. So fantastic.
Okay. Your TreeNN story is what is going to help you sell 6 TreeNN a week. And in fact, we have stories that are going out. We've been teaching people how to sell their TreeNN story. I had a call from our Cape Town DC yesterday saying, Drew, what is going on? We are selling more TreeNN than we've ever sold. And that's the power of TreeNN stories. Okay, so you got your story. We got that. Watch this recording if you have to, but get your TreeNN story formulated. The second aspect to presenting the product is how to present TreeNN. Not all 80 products, how to present TreeNN. And that needs to happen in a short amount of time. You invite somebody, say, hey, Rory, you mentioned your energy levels the other day. I've got something which I know is going to help you. Let's meet for a cup of coffee in our lunch break tomorrow. I need 15 minutes of your time. If I invited you for coffee, would you join me for 15 minutes? He says, yes. Now I've got 15 minutes to share my story and say, Rory, this is my story. Yeah, just like you mentioned you didn't have any energy. I had exactly the same challenge last year. I didn't know what was going on in my life. No matter what I tried, by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I was finished. Last month, I got into this product called TreeNN, and let me tell you, I have energy levels like I am an 18-year-old again. My life has changed. This is how it works. Okay, so I told him my story. Now I'm going to go into the presentation. And the presentation, there's 4 components to a TreeNN presentation. Number one, you got to you create the need. That is done by telling your product story. Number 2, You show them what the problem is, and we do that using the healthy diet and modern day diet food triangles. Number 3, you tell them about cellular nutrition. You tell them why they're feeling tired or why they are always getting sick. And number 4, you show them the solution. Those 4 points, super, super, super easy. And I'm going to show you that in just a couple of minutes, how to share this. And you can either draw this on a piece of paper or you can use these slides. It's no problem. Okay, so here we go. I've told my story to Rory, and I've said this is how it works. Based on the latest nutritional science, this is what the human diet should look like. These are the foods our bodies need for energy, to be healthy, and to give us the best chance to prevent chronic disease. Our diet should consist primarily of whole grain foods, followed by fruits and vegetables, followed by proteins, and fats and sugars should be consumed the least. Now, what is the reality for most of us? Because of our modern day lifestyles and modern day food processing, the healthy food triangle has been turned upside down. Okay, you can quickly draw this if you don't have the slides. Okay, we are consuming more processed foods such as bad fats and sugars. We're eating too many bad fats and sugars. We're not eating good quality proteins. We're not eating enough fruits and vegetables. And whole grain oils are the base of this food triangle and are the most important part of a healthy diet. Yet in our modern day diets, they are barely being consumed. Okay. Modern day diets are one of the biggest reasons, if not the biggest reasons, why we are experiencing chronic health crisis and why people are living with no energy. Now, our bodies are made up of trillions of tiny little cells. At birth, a single cell splits into 2. Every day, every minute, your cells are replicating themselves. Cells are dying and new cells are being made, and you are only as healthy as your cells. Now, every one of these cells has a little cellular membrane, this dark green ring. And that membrane consists of oils, which we get from grain foods. Grain foods have been a staple of the human food chain since the very beginning. And we eat these grain foods, they're staple in the human diet. We eat the grain foods, and our bodies absorb these good oils, these lipids and sterol oils from our grain foods, and these oils live in the cell membranes in our bodies. And these are good oils or good fats because they keep the cell membrane nice and healthy and soft and permeable. So when we eat food and the nutrients from the food we eat, the nutrients can be absorbed through that cell membrane. The nutrients are converted into energy. So our cell can do what it has to do and our bodies are filled with energy. And then those toxins are released from the cell and released from the body. That is what we call cellular nutrition. Now, what's happening is our diets, our bodies are not getting enough of these grain oils because our diets are deficient in grain foods. Modern day food processing is milling out all these grain oils to extend the shelf life of our grain foods. And so our bodies are saying, no problem. There's plenty other fats in our diets, bad fats that we get from processed foods, from all the bad fats that we eat in the modern day diet. And these bad fats are now living in our cell membranes. And these bad fats make the cell membrane go soft and hard, impermeable. So as our body transports all the nutrients that we around to our cells, these nutrients can no longer effectively permeate into that cell. So they are eliminated from the body before they get to cellular level. And what's more is the toxins within the cells are not being released. That is what we call an unhealthy cell. And when you have one unhealthy cell, that will make another unhealthy cell. 2 unhealthy cells will make 4 unhealthy cells, and so it goes. And initially, unhealthy cells, that might be the cause of poor energy because you're not processing your nutrients efficiently, or your body is not detoxing efficiently. But if you leave your unhealthy cells unchecked, that can lead on to further health challenges. So what is the solution? Our solution is TreaNN. This is the world's first and only pure whole grain oil supplement. To make this product, we use 58 kilograms of raw organic grain foods, and we extract these good fats, these good oils, the lipids and sterile oils that are no longer in our diet. We put them in a capsule. So every day you can take 1 or up to 3 of these capsules every single day, and you can get your cells working as they should. And what happens when you do that? This product is scientifically proven to more than double your nutrient utilization efficiency from the food you eat. So when you eat food, you're going to more than double the amount of nutrition that your body actually absorbs at cellular level. So you're going to be filled with energy. You're going to have energy like you've never had before. This product is going to help your body detox and get rid of all those toxins that have been building up in your cells. This product is just the basis to good health, and we believe everybody needs this in their life. Boom, that's it. Okay, so what I've explained to you there in just a couple of minutes is what we call cellular nutrition and the TreeNN solution. Now, what is important is that you take this and you get a firm understanding of this so you can explain this or you can draw this. And when you're fully confident in this, then you can start bringing in some data and stats, and you can start telling some stories and some antidotes. But that's down the line. You just need to learn the core presentation and get very comfortable in sharing this core presentation in just a couple of minutes. What's more, you can take a product catalog, or you can get your TreeNN brochure and flyer, and everything I've spoken about, from the unhealthy cells, is all in there, to the nutrient utilization efficiency studies and reports, that's all in there. And all this information that I've just spoken about is expanded on in this flyer. So learn, study, and get competent and confident in sharing TreeNN. Okay, and when you share TreeNN and you use TreeNN, hey, it's going to be as consistent as gravity. Every month, you're going to find yourself 6 new customers. You're going to reservice the last month 6 customers, and you're going to be doing a lot of personal PV. And you're going to be making a lot of profit and sales volume bonus.